Hey guys, so how can you make the biggest difference to building your fan base in the next 1 month, the next 30 days? Well, the biggest and best thing that you can do is to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel where we're doing this every single day. So seriously, today we are talking about how to build a fan base in 30 days. And today we are talking about building legacy, something that you are not currently doing, but when you do, all hell breaks loose. Now, I've talked a lot about the difference between an audience and a fan base. An audience listens, but a fan base buys, and your job is to take people from audience to fan base. But most people are stuck at first base, which is all about audience. It's all about reach, getting your stuff in front of as many people as possible. And if more people see it, more people are likely to buy it. But there is a problem with this method. So let's talk about the 4 stages of building a fan and also the secret 5th stage. Stage 1 is all about reach. This is what people are good at. This is about getting your stuff in front of people. Now, this is easy. A little bit of money in Facebook ads, a little bit of money in Instagram boosts, basically pushing out hashtags, getting your stuff to people is a way that people can hear about you and you can start to get their attention. So before we build the reach, we're talking to an empty room. But when we start to build the reach, the room starts to fill, and then we go to stage 2, which is your audience. Now, with your audience, you are now talking to a full room, but are they paying attention to you? This is where things start to fall down. You need to be bringing people value in order for them to start paying attention for you to go to stage 3. Stage 3 is where the room is full, you are bringing value, and people are now starting to really pay attention and actually taking your message in and enjoying it and wanting more. And if we can do that well enough, we get to stage 4, which is turning them into a fully fledged fan. This is not only where they're investing their time, but now they're probably investing some money, and also they are starting to spread the word for you. So this is where we've got to get them. And then there is that secret 5th stage, the super fan. The nutty person that just goes over and above any expectations that you have. And you know that you have a few of these people that will watch everything. They listen to everything. They will do not only the things that you want them to do, but they will go crazy. They're the type of people that will travel for 200 miles to come and see a gig, or even fly to another country to come and see you play live. You know, those kind of slightly crazy super fans. Well, those ones are worth their weight in gold. So where people get stuck is by being convinced that it's all about getting in front of people. And if I can get in front of more people, I will win. But it doesn't work like that, because you've got to take them to stage 2, 3, and 4, which means bringing them value. And the question that keeps cropping up throughout the last few videos is, so how do we bring value? And that is what this video is all about. So where people get stuck is this idea that they have to get in front of people, and the more people they get in front of, the more people will buy into it. And it will happen. People will start to come onto your Facebook page, onto your Instagram page, and sub to your YouTube. But then they have to be brought consistent value. I want you not only to bring value, but I want us to talk about legacy, and it needs to be one-to-one legacy. Let me explain. People want to feel special. They want to feel as valued as they value you. So you need to do things which go over and above in the value stakes to really show how valued they are. And now it's, how do we do that? If you can do something amazing for one person in your audience and turn them into a fan, and everyone else can see it, you are now creating legacy. So rather than explain this, I'm going to do this right now. So I'm going to grab my phone and we are going to create some legacy today on a one-to-one basis. Right, I've got my phone linked up. I am going to create some legacy. So firstly, I'm just going to go onto a picture I've got of the day I released the new book. That's right, I've got a new book out. I'm going to go into comments, and I'm just going to go and I'm going to find someone before the King Band. Let's see who they are. Yeah, these look great. This looks like a really, that's cool. This looks like a really fun band. The best opening band in the world. I like these guys. This is great. Okay, so a good example of this. Before the King Band, not sure where they are. I'm going to message them. Hey guys,
Thanks so much for the support. Just been looking through your pics. How do you fancy a Skype call to chat about your band and socials and anything I can help with? I think I can help with half hour and a cup of tea on me. Fancy it? Demo. Smiley face.
Ba-doom! There you go. So effectively, didn't need to do that. I can just go about my day. But what I've done is I've just found a band who look like they're part of my audience and look like they value me. I want to value them right back. I've just given them half an hour of my time. Let's have a Skype, have a cup of tea. Now for me, I know what you're thinking, you're going, it's different for you because you're an educator and it's not music. I think you've got an easier job on your hands as a performer, as someone who can actually perform tracks. Why can't you start to create legacy on a one-to-one basis? Let me tell you a story. A couple of years ago, I was in New York and I was on my own and I thought I want to go and see a band because I'm in New York. So I started looking around all the gigs in New York, found a band called Arkells. Never heard of them, checked them out on Spotify, just thought, yeah, these guys sound good. Went down to the gig and they absolutely blew me away. I was instantly a fan because of how good their stage show and how much they were looking after their audience from that. Now at that point I left, added them on socials and didn't think anything of it. And it was only over the next couple of days I realized how good they were at creating legacy in their fan base, which is a band that you should definitely look at as an example. So I started seeing all of these amazing ways that they were looking after their audience and looking after their fans, which was making their fans turn into super fans. Now, over the last couple of weeks, I've been doing a challenge, which was the 30 bands, 30 Skypes challenge, or the 30 day, 30 Skypes challenge. And this was a story I was telling a few people, and there was a very interesting thing that happened. I was on a Skype with a guy called John Morrisette, lovely guy, great artist, and I was telling him this idea about really looking after your audience on a one-to-one basis. And I said, there's this band called Arkells and how they look after them. I started telling him about this example, and he said, that is so weird. He's in Canada, which is where this band Arkells are from. He said they were coming to my town to do a gig, and I messaged them. I tweeted them, and I just said, good luck tonight. If you need another guitar player, give me a shout. Kind of bit of a joke. And then they messaged him back and they just said, send us a bit of you playing guitar, which he did to one of their songs. And they just sent another tweet back saying, be ready. And then at the gig, the band got him up on stage, plugged him in, and he got to play and perform with the band in front of a massive audience. They didn't need to do that. But what they did was they recognized one thing, that they could create legacy. But this is the smart bit. They didn't just create legacy in John. They didn't just say to John, right, we're going to give you an experience that you'll never forget. Creating legacy in John, making him a super fan for life. But what they also did then is they created legacy in all of John's friends and all of John's family and all of John's fan base as a musician, because everyone is now going to be told about this amazing thing that happened, making a bunch more fans out of John's audience. And then the third thing that they're doing is they're creating a legacy on the day amongst the audience who are there at the gig, because those people are going, well, what a legendary band. They just got this guy up and got him to play guitar. I wish that was me. And all of a sudden you're creating legacy in the fan base. Now think about it. They didn't have to do that. They could have just gone, done their gig. They probably get that stuff all of the time. I'm sure this is stuff that happens to you guys all of the time. How much did it cost? Nothing. How long did it take? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to create legacy into a person, into a person's audience, and in front of their audience of, what, 1,000 people who are there at the gig. This is how you can build a fan base in 30 days. Not just saying, this is about my music, you will buy into it, but saying, I've got people who want more. How can I create legacy on a one-to-one basis enough times in the next 30 days that those 30, 40, 50, 60 people will tell 100 people each? So your job for today is to create legacy for one person, to do one thing today for one person that they will still be talking about in 10 or 20 or 30 years time. You have the power to do something that will bring someone that much value. And it isn't going to cost a lot of money, but it might cost time and effort. That is how you can build your audience in 30 days. So thanks for watching, guys. If you can do me a favor, if you can like and subscribe, more importantly, come and be a part of this community because it's growing, and the amount of comments I'm getting, I read all of the comments. I try and reply to as many as possible, even the ones calling me a knobhead. So come and be a part of this journey, and I'll see you again tomorrow.
Run from me, oh no, they had to try. Lord knows I would not lay down and die, 'cause I may be a sinner, but at least I don't lie. It was a fast machine, it had a double kick start, but if you crossed it once, it was